Now in this one, we'll learn how we can customize the appearance of an app during a drag using React Beautiful D&D snapshot values. Now over here you can see that the reordering of our stuff is working pretty good. Now what if we wanted to add some more visual styling to our application in response to a drag? React Beautiful D&D provides with a lot of information about the state of a drag interaction, which can be helpful in adding some visual cues to your application. What we'll be doing is we'll be changing the background colors of components. So if you are picking up a task and you're trying to drag it over, the task which is being dragged will have a different color, and the column also will have a different background color, just to give you the idea that things are in action. So what we will be doing is, if you see our task.jsx file, this provided parameter that we have. Along with this, we also have a snapshot parameter. So basically for draggable and for droppable, we have one additional parameter, and that's known as snapshot. So here we'll be making use of that snapshot, and accordingly we'll be setting the background color of the task as well as column. Now before going ahead, let's understand what exactly these contains. So if you see, a draggable snapshot basically comprises of two properties. First is dragging. So if you're dragging something, the value of that will be set to true. And it also tells you on which item or element you are dragging it over. So it will give you the ID of that. So let's say we are dragging over column 1, so we'll have the ID as column 1. Similarly, when you'll drop something, so we'll have the droppable snapshot, and it says is dragging over. And if that's true, we'll get true. And if nothing is happening, then it will be null. Now dragging over with will come with the ID. So let's say I'm dragging and then dropping over something. So that particular task ID will come over here. So now let's go ahead first of all with draggable. And using draggable, we'll be making use of the snapshot over here. So we'll change this provided to provided and then snapshot. And then we'll be making use of the is dragging, as you can see over here, property. So here we have the is dragging, and then we are making use of snapshot.is dragging. Now based on the dragging, we need to set the background color. As of now, the background color is set to white. So what we'll do is, instead of a default color, we'll be checking the is dragging property, and if that's set to true, then we'll be setting the color as light green, and otherwise it is going to be white. Now you can see over here, when I'm dragging things, a specific task, basically it's showing the light green color. Now once that's done, the color is switched back to white. Now as I was saying, we'll also have a background color to the column as well. For that, we'll go to column, and over here again we will be making some changes to this droppable that we have. So here we have provided, we'll be updating it to provided and snapshot. Now using the snapshot, we will be making use of the is dragging over property, and based on that we'll also make some design changes. So here we'll be providing is dragging over, and then we'll get the value is dragging over from snapshot. Finally, we'll be adding a background color, and this is going to be similar as we have done with the task component. So here in the task list, we'll be having our background color, and if the dragging over is set to true, we'll have sky blue, otherwise white. So if I now save this and I try to move things around over here, you'll notice the blue background coming in, and as soon as I leave that, everything gets back to normal. Now let's go ahead and also add a transition so that we have some kind of effect when the drag is happening. So here in our task list, we'll add that background color transition. And now if I pick something and I try to move it around, you'll have the effect coming in. And if I just take this all the way out from the column 1, you'll notice the column 1 is back to white color. And when I move it in, it comes with that transition effect as well.